Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to the Sunday show. And I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Oh my goodness. Guys, Martha Stewart has weighed in on Meghan and her show and Meghan in general. No, she hasn't. But from what I see, I think we can say that Martha is not mad about it. I think we can say Martha Stewart has no problem with Meghan Sussex entering into her space, supposedly. So, why I say this is, I came across on X, Twitter, I came across a video that Zandy Sussex has generously shared with us, and I wanted to show you it. It is of Martha Stewart, of course. Martha Stewart, and she is making the one pot pasta. Now, she doesn't say Meghan's name or anything, but knowing anything about Martha Stewart, you know she doesn't have to say anything. No, she does not. All she has to do is post something, smile, and say this video is taking the internet by storm. And we already know that is a thumbs up from Martha Stewart. Because Martha Stewart, she does not pretend. That's one thing that I can say from looking at her and watching her over the years. The lady does not pretend. She's genuine. And if she's upset, she lets you know. Seems that way. And I am happy to report that Martha Stewart seems to be sending a nod towards Meghan because she knows a little something about a woman getting smeared. She knows a little something about a woman getting smeared because she experienced this. And you know what's funny? I only noticed it when I watched her documentary, and I'm ashamed to say this, that I watched the Netflix documentary on Martha Stewart, and I was ashamed to know that I never thought that there was a smear campaign against her as well. Yeah. And I think it's pretty interesting that now we know the signs. We know when this is happening to women. We know when it happened to Amber Heard. We knew when it happened to Blake Lively. Whether or not these women are good, bad, or ugly, we know. But take a look at Martha's post, and then we'll talk about it.
Here's a recipe that has taken the internet by storm. Everybody wants to make the one pot pasta. You add your 12 ounces of linguine, add 1 onion, which is peeled and very thinly sliced, 12 ounces of cherry tomatoes, 4 cloves of garlic. I'm going to put a little garlic here, a little garlic there, 1/4 teaspoon of freshly cracked black pepper, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 4.5 cups of water. Sprigs of basil, sort of stick them in there, onto the stove. Bring to a boil. And you'll be stirring this constantly, and you're going to have an amazing, delicious pasta. It is fragrant, and it is well cooked, and it is just ready to eat. Put it right in your bowl. Is that enough for you?
So there we have it. Martha Stewart would never ever have done that recipe if she didn't appreciate what Meghan did, and she has no issues with Meghan, because we saw so many headlines. Oh, Martha, oh, Meghan can't compete with Martha, and this and that. And the funny thing about it is, Meghan is not competing with Martha Stewart in any way, shape, or fashion, because she's nothing like Martha Stewart. They're completely different people. They do completely different things, because Martha Stewart, her whole thing is cooking. Although her whole thing is lifestyle, but she really is more like a perfectionist, which is not something that Meghan, she already said. It's not about perfection. So it's very different. Meghan's show is more about laughing a lot having friends over and doing these things. Like, Meghan's show is completely different to Martha, because Martha is, like I said, very, very strictly professional about everything, and everything looks perfect, and she seeks perfection. Meghan is not seeking perfection. So that's a huge difference right there, because, there's a difference between a show that everything is perfect and a difference between a show with everything is not so perfect, and there's a little bit of time to laugh, show yourself some grace, and all this stuff. And what I was talking about when it came to Martha Stewart's her documentary on Netflix, I did watch it, yes, and my conclusion is, and this happened a long time ago. It happened, I was pretty young, I wasn't paying attention really, to be honest, but I heard about it. I knew when she was in prison and all that. I wasn't paying attention so much, but I knew about it. And from all the things that she said, it seems like the media was taking pleasure in knocking a woman down who was successful. And she pretty much says so herself. So she faced a smear campaign back in the 90s, I think it was. I think this happened in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken, guys, or in the early 2000s. But either way, when she went to jail and all that for insider trading. But I think we should know that Martha definitely faced a lot of scrutiny. She definitely faced backlash, and all this because she's a woman who stepped into a space of being a boss and competing. She was competing on Wall Street. She when it came to her business, she owned her business, all these things. So they actually didn't like the fact that she was in the space of a business owner and all this stuff, and she was a woman who was unapologetic, and she wasn't like the nice girl, but she wasn't mean either, because they made it seem like she's some mean person. She's not mean, she's just, what is the word, she's just straightforward. She doesn't sugarcoat things. And why does a woman have to do that, right? Why does a woman have to be nice anyways, right? So, and this is coming from a person who is technically what I would call myself is a nice, because I do sugarcoat things, but I'm not straightforward like how Martha Stewart is. I kind of go to the route of where Meghan is. I try to make people feel good about themselves. I'm different, but I can appreciate that she went through a smear campaign, and I now know this now that I'm fully formed. I know that she went through a huge smear campaign, and we only now realize the traits. And you know what? I think she realizes as well that Meghan is going through this. And that's why she made the one pot pasta, and it's a nod towards Meghan. It's a nod towards Meghan, because I remember I saw this show in England. I don't know what it's called, but I did see this woman came and she was trying to recreate the one pot pasta, and she was making a dig at Meghan the whole time. And they were talking about this and that, this, they were making it. She kind of also didn't do the pot the right way. She did not do the steps exactly how Meghan did them, and then she was criticizing Meghan as well. How are you, or whoever you are, right? You're gonna do this, but Martha Stewart can do it the right way and put a video out and compliment the dish and say it's an amazing dish. How come Martha Stewart has no issues with this dish, but you, some low-life person that nobody really knows who the hell you are, you can go on a TV show and pretend like if you're making Meghan's pasta, and then you'd say, it's this, it's dry, it's this, it's all this stuff. You can have all these things to say, but Martha Stewart didn't How interesting is that? This is Martha Stewart. She's like the number one guru when it comes to this kind of stuff. She had no issues with Meghan's one pot pasta dish, and she made it perfectly. I think it's you. I don't think it's the dish. I think it's you, honey. So there you go. But yeah, I think it's interesting that it depends on the person. It depends on the person, because it seems like some people are here just to bash, and then some people like Martha Stewart are here to shine a light and congratulate. There you go. But how are you guys? How are you incorporating self-care and making your surroundings beautiful, and just inspired by Meghan, with Love Meghan? What are you doing? Because I have been doing things with intention nowadays. I have been making guys, my surroundings have always been beautiful. My house has always been beautiful. I've always taken I love decorating. I'm a decorator. I actually I have a home. I did a home staging. I have a home staging business, and I love to decorate and stuff like that. And I have been doing that, redecorating in my house. And yeah, I mean, small things, guys. That's what I have taken from Meghan. Do things with intention and make your surroundings beautiful. And that's what I've been taking away from Meghan. So that's what I've been doing. What have you been doing, guys? Anyways, so let me know in the comments, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. And like I always say, if you have made any super chats and super stickers, I really appreciate it. If you want to support my channel more, please do so on Buy Me a Coffee as well. And you can go over to my Etsy store and take a look and see if there's anything that you want to grab. Either way, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Have a great one, guys. Bye-bye.